Hello, everyone. I am John McDonald, your fearless GM slash Zordon
Whoop.
for Power Rangers Centurion. It is Wednesday, another glorious superpower-filled Wednesday, and the time is nigh. Join us in Centurion Ridge. So tonight, the fabulous Centurion Ridge Power Rangers, who all know what's going on in every way and haven't missed any crucial clues in any sense of the word, are headed toward the Enchantress, where B movies play, Kung Fu movies play, the Rocky Horror Picture Show has a shadow cast there. So for kind of the promo for this episode for last night, I sent out a little missive asking people, what would you go to see at a place called the Enchantress? And so, giving everyone a moment to absorb that question, I'm going to have Eric introduce himself first because they answered it on the Instagram. So that's what you get for when you answer. I don't know if that's actually the way to incentivize people, but since I already know your answer, please introduce yourself.
I'm Eric. I work with Norse Foundry. You can catch me here every other Wednesday playing Alex, everybody's favorite yet least favorite Black Ranger on this show. And if I were going to go, I would definitely 100% see the greatest B movie of all time, Big Trouble in Little China.
Showgirls? Oh, yes. Big Trouble in Little China. Yes. Fabulous. That makes me so happy to hear. Um, let's so in the direction I see it, I'll move downwards in my gaze, and I will move towards Grim. Hello, Grim. It's nice to see you again. I totally haven't seen you for like the past few days, every day, and fun games we're playing together. Hello.
Indeed. Um, I have a friend, by the way, who his favorite movie is Big Trouble in Little China. He would definitely join you. To answer that particular question, if I was going to go, I would want to go for the greatest Christmas movie of all time, Die Hard.
Girls?
I thought you were going to say Gremlins.
No, Die Hard. Gremlins is a great Christmas movie, but I'd go for Die Hard. But hi, I'm Grim. You can catch me here mostly, actually. Unfortunately, my usual Tuesday is on hiatus a little longer because of scheduling issues, which makes me sad. I want to go back to playing Fallout, and I want to play my Shirley Green Ranger every other, on Tuesdays over there. But yeah, I'm doing Power Rangers on Wednesdays mostly. I have a couple of projects actually for Shadows that I hopefully want to start up here soon. So keep an eye out. Probably the first one to start, because I don't have a lot of prep for it, is a D&D 5e game that I want to run that I'm including a couple of people from this stream as players. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it starts soon.
Fabulous and spooky. And I will let any of the three people you can decide amongst yourselves decide if you want to promo the thing that is premiering next week, actually, that we've been talking about. But I will let the three of you decide who wants to do that, really.
Well, I was just talking, so I'm going to do it. It's going to be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Much to the chagrin of Katie, I have not watched much of the show. Mostly timing and how old I was when it came out and a couple of other factors. But I play a werewolf. It's great. You should enjoy it. Watch it.
It has been nearly 30 years since it premiered. Okay? You really don't have any reason.
Oh, I completely forgot the show existed until recently, actually.
I mean, that can't be true, because if it was 30 years since Buffy the Vampire Slayer premiered, I'd be bald and old. Well, wait.
I mean, I did watch it when it first came on. But...
Unless I'm, doing my math wrong, but I'm fairly sure.
I'm pretty sure it's less than 30 years, because I was in high school when the episodes were coming out. And,
since 1997?
Well?
Yeah, I was right. Yeah. So, it has been...
Almost 30 years.
Almost 30 years since it premiered. That's what I'm saying.
Very exciting.
97, I was a 7th grader.
In 97, I was 13.
I mean, same.
You should definitely tune in to the marathon. There's going to be some super fun, semi-secret stuff that is being done and prepared for the marathon next week. If you're a person whose Valentine's Day is sometimes Sadentine's Day, it's a great way to enjoy the week, because it's about community and scary things and some romance, because Mayhew, the dude that is the rich boy of Ocean Heights High School has an object of his affection in the form of Piper Crane. Would you like to introduce yourself, even though you're not playing Piper tonight? No, you're not introducing yourself now. It's too late.
She needs to. It's only fair.
You have to introduce yourself, otherwise you can't shoot anyone tonight as Jules.
Damn it. I am Elizabeth, or Isbits. I am the Blue Ranger here tonight. In the Power Ranger podcast, you can hear me as the Red Ranger, Jane Russell. I am also
on
in
Wednesdays,
Buffy.
just every other Wednesday.
Yeah, just every other Wednesday. I am also in Buffy as Piper Crane, the witch. I am the only one actually bringing back their character from the one shot that John ran back a while back. So that was a lot of fun. And then every Sunday, I will be here running Call of Cthulhu for some people.
Where all the emotional damage that I inflict in the Power Ranger games will come back to me tenfold.
Every
tenfold.
second of emotional damage that you have given to me, I am going to give back to you in Call of Cthulhu, and I am going to love every second of it. It's going to be beautiful.
Tenfold.
Well, before that emotional damage can go through, you must answer the question. Jules Verne, or Elizabeth, or Isabeth, or Jane, or whichever character you're playing tonight. Which B-movie, Kung Fu movie, Mystery Science Theater 3000 movie would you enjoy watching whilst at the Enchantress?
I would really... Okay, so there's probably two of them. Rocky Horror Picture Show and Nightmare on Elm Street, if that counts.
Probably
I
counts.
can't see why not. If it doesn't count, I don't want to risk getting my dreams haunted, so I'm going to say it counts just in case.
Grim said Die Hard, which definitely does not fit into what John just said, so I think it doesn't matter.
I mean, if they play the Bob's Burger episode, Work Hard or Die Trying Girl, the Working Girl Die Hard mashup, then that's
Die Hard is blockbuster fucking film. Like, it doesn't count. But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm not judging you right now. Judge
It's
you
a
later.
Christmas movie, so it doesn't get premiered in big theaters for Christmas time. They just show it like in the summer because that's when action movie blockbusters. When you watch it during Christmas time, that's when it becomes that campy, super like stylized cult classic Christmas film.
If
You gotta remember how you watch it matters.
If you would like to join in on this debate about the merits of Die Hard, please remember to join us on our Twitch, which you are currently watching if you are watching it live. And that's the way where you can put in your commitment and comment to Die Hard. But in order to get to the shenanigans, we're going to continue with the introductions. And we have everyone's favorite Yellow Ranger in Centurion Ridge, because it's only one until I create a robot clone. Hello, Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm Dungeon Mistress Katie on all of the internet spaces, and so I'm also in the Buffy stream. It's very exciting. I play the Slayer, Fiona Mackenzie, right? Mackenzie? Did we establish Mackenzie? No.
You introduced yourself as Fiona. I don't remember if you...
I think I made that up, but all of my characters are related.
You'll just have to listen in and find out if Fiona's last name is Mackenzie. Indeed, who knows?
I honestly don't know. I think I just made that up. I think I just assumed because so many characters have Mackenzie in their name. So I played a Slayer in that one, and it was really, really fun. I got to live out my Buffy the Power Rangers dreams. But for this, I play Leah Mackenzie, the Yellow Ranger. If I'm not here, I'm maybe also here on a different night, like Call of Cthulhu on Sundays, or I am on the D and Denial channel on Tuesdays playing Shadowrun, or Saturdays playing D&D, or if I'm not on Twitch at all, I'm probably singing or doing burlesque, as I am this Saturday, and I'm going to be singing from Death Note the musical, so I'm really excited about that.
Cool beans.
Wait a minute, Death Note got a musical?
Okay, first of all, I didn't know that this was a thing, and I am obsessed, because... Okay, here's the thing. I don't love anime. I mean, there's nothing wrong with anime, and I don't judge you if you do like it, but it's just not my thing. It's never been my thing. I'm not into, like, the goofy animation stuff. Like, I know it's not all that, but, like, I didn't know anything else existed until somewhat recently. So I did not get into it, and I was like, okay, I gotta figure out some things that I do like, and so people were throwing things at me. Nobody mentioned Death Note, which I have now watched and I actually really like. But the big thing that bothers me is I've been doing Techo for 5 years, and it's so anxiety inducing every single year, because I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Because I don't do anime, but I'm also a musical theater kid. No one mentioned this to me. It is from 2015. Don't you think someone should have said the musical theater girl who can't figure out what the fuck to do, maybe she should look into the Broadway musical? It's really
I have
good.
a question then. Fields Boucheron, how do you feel about Death Note the musical?
It's good.
I also just found out it existed.
It's so good, right?
I found out that because I know that Jeremy Jordan is the.
It's so good. Oh my god. Yes, he's amazing.
I don't know who Jeremy Jordan is. I don't know. Google it.
I would say, Fields Boucheron, you are the Jeremy Jordan of Centurion Ridge.
I love him so much. That's a huge compliment.
What a compliment. Yeah, absolutely.
He's fucking phenomenal. He's Lucifer in Hazbin Hotel. Like, that's probably the most current thing that he's doing. But he's also Jack Kelly in the Newsies, and he was in. He's the reason why The Greatest Showman got greenlit, for fuck's sake. He's amazing. He's amazing, and I've already said fuck 4 times before this review starts. So
I didn't know you were involved in that. I didn't know you were involved in the making of The Greatest Showman, Felix. Congratulations on both that power and being the Pink Ranger. It's everything you want to be.
But it's really good. And I'm singing Borrowed Time on Saturday. It's really good. And I'm also going to take my clothes off. Not at the same time.
Sounds like something that people should go see.
Yes, if you're in Pittsburgh and you have the money to go to Sing Gala, yes. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I'm taking up a lot of time.
Supports the arts. Just like this. This is also the arts.
Oh, and I would watch Reba the Genetic Opera at the thing.
That's a good one.
With real scalpels and citrate.
Okay.
Hi, my name is John Blair. I play Felix Boucheron on this lovely streamed video D&D TTRPG game that we all are involved in. You can also find me every other Wednesday. You can also find me on the Power Rangers podcast, currently titled Power Rangers Corruption or Corrupted, as Brick Kerrigan.
Or Becoming Mighty and Morphin.
Senior year, Becoming Mighty and Morphin.
You just have to stay on the YouTube, really, is what it is.
As Brick Kerrigan, the lovable himbo goofball sportsman, who apparently really loves EDM now. So
yes. Is that your answer? Like, instead of the movie Madness, you would go to an EDM show at the Enchantress?
Me personally, or Felix?
Yes, that's the question.
I don't think either of us would go to an EDM show at the Enchantress. If you are from the Chicago area, you might know of a place called the Music Box Theater, which is probably a very similar thing to what the Enchantress is. So my answer for that question would probably be similar to Isabit's, as I would like to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I would probably see something like The Room there. I would probably see something like Troll 2 there. I would probably, if we're doing Kung Fu movies, I'd like to see Bloodsport or The Last Dragon. But yeah, those are some. Felix, I don't know what kind of midnight movies he'd be seeing, but I don't think they'd be screened for the public.
How exciting. Well, I am going to also answer as the GM. I would love an Attack of the Killer Tomatoes-a-thon, because so many people have forgotten about the joy, the love, and the weird satanic fruit that is the killer tomatoes. And with that, it's time for our adventure to continue. Let's rock it and be more phenomenal. The Shadows of Nox is a place where light and shadow meet. It's a place We have returned. Welcome. All right. So you did have like a few hours between Bernie's kind of pseudo confession about knowing about the Power Rangers and learning about things that he knows are going on Centurion Ridge, and then things he doesn't know that are going on, but is pretty sure about. So, in context, you know, at least in a kind of general fashion, that Ivanus has been haunting this city for God, who knows how long. But every 40 years, something has happened involving Ivan. There's proof of it currently up in Felix's room. There's proof of it in the form of Ernie. And of course, there's proof of it in the form of the return of Ivanus from underneath the Ultra Ball. So as you go to the Enchantress that you have been given tickets to by Ernie, who has explicitly said, group of people gathers that are weirdos, Ivan is probably most likely going to show up. Are you having any conversations on your way there? Like, just to give you some context, as you get closer to the Enchantress, there's like a almost 24-hour diner. They have like 2 hours a day they're closed. And there is like 10 people in Dracula costumes drinking coffee outside on some little outdoor table cafe thing. So you're going to at least pass some Draculas as you're heading there. So
Did we decide we're dressed as Rangers, just in case? Is that was that shot down because it was unnecessary? I can't remember.
you have to. We decided, or I butted in and said there wasn't enough of a "this is a danger" thing for it to work.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if you attempt it, you could attempt it, but I will not guarantee the results of Ranger transformation for you.
I didn't realize there actually had to be a danger. Anyway,
yeah, you can't call Zords without escalating it. So I'm kind of using that as like an unofficial fourth rule about there having to be a danger. So
yeah,
That's
this
fair.
is Rangers
So-
Sentai where they just walk around as Rangers all the time.
yeah, it's not Power Ranger Wild Force where they wear jean jackets with no sleeves on them, announcing who they are. None of that.
Goes
None of that
against
happens here.
every rule.
It is.
So, if we want to disguise ourselves, Link is more than happy to suggest to the group that they head to his parents' house because his mom loves theater and other things, and there are plenty of costumes in various sizes that the entire group can disguise themselves if they so choose.
I mean, I'd be down for that.
I think we should all dress with like ninja masks of our associated color.
And then Alex
I mean-
Casey Jones, and you can all be turtles.
I was actually going to suggest the Ninja Turtles.
Then we should be the karate, the nondescript karate amphibian people.
Nondescript karate lizards.
The prepubescent gecko Muay Thai warriors or something like that.
Silliness.
I will
I got
also, by the way, I will also give an extra story point if you inform the group when they meet your mom what kind of like greeting or snacks or like what kind of greeting she gives your new friends when you just roll up to her house and like ask for costumes. Like, if you'd like to describe the joy that emanates from your mother in being involved in this portion of your life, I would happily give you an extra story point for effusive storytelling skill.
Okay, I'm down for this. So, Link is gonna guide you to. You've all been to, I believe, all of you have been to his parents' house. You know, the house that has got tons of sculptures in the front that are made largely out of scrap and trash. Some of which are really well done, some of which are poorly done. And he's like, okay, so
None of which are alive this time.
Which is
Nothing
good.
hiding, nothing is alive behind them. All good here. Everything's fine. This time.
right. So he's like, okay, so I have to warn you. My mom loves theater and she has an entire room that's been turned into a walk-in closet that's filled with costumes. So she is absolutely going to take control of this. If you don't have a costume in mind, be prepared to try on like 3 or 4 of them. And then he knocks twice, unlocks the door, and opens it. It's sort of his signal of letting his parents know he's home. When you can hear in the front room, his dad's like, "Welcome home, boy," and you can hear like the nightly news. From upstairs, there's this loud thump, 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 followed by the patter of 4 feet as his mom comes running downstairs. And she's, "You're home! This is amazing!" And she's followed by a tiny terrier. At which point she picks him up, hugs him, does this whole twirl, and stops halfway when she sees the group. She's like, "And you brought friends! This is wonderful! Into the kitchen with all of you! I have Kool-Aid and s'mores and Rice Krispie treats and other things." And she's like pulling any of you who are within reach into the house and into the kitchen.
Everyone, please give me a might roll for the grapple check to see who gets pulled into the kitchen. We're having some fun. We're being sillies tonight. Now.
This is gonna be fun.
So Isabits and John, do you remember what happened last time you were sillies in Power Rangers?
Last time we were sillies.
Oh, yes.
I don't remember what last time we were sillies.
Okay, never mind then.
Once she successfully has a hold of two random people, she's just hauling them into the kitchen.
Oh. Well,
I'd
then
like to say that I rolled this 15 with a snag.
She will be hauling Jules and Leia into the kitchen then. So
you just hear Leia go, "What?" Ah.
She's like pouring Kool-Aid into like these really fancily painted mason jars, and has pulled out like a plate that has fresh cookies and homemade butterscotch and even homemade sweets of all kinds, just on a platter. She's like, "So what brings you here? What brings you here?" Link just kind of, "We're here for costumes, Mom." And she's like, "Excellent! Once you've had some snacks, I will help you out upstairs with finding the perfect costume." "Oh, does that mean you're going to the Enchantress tonight? They have that special. Oh, that means you need something horror-based." And then she goes upstairs while still talking to herself, having completely forgotten everybody's at the table.
Your mother does know that it is if I may, your mother does know it's the double feature, Brides of Dracula and The Sacrifice, which is not ominous in any way, shape, or form, I promise.
Oh no, we just have a cult.
Having a good time. Just having a good time.
It's fine. It's not like we don't have a cult, which typically sacrifices people. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
The group will have a couple of minutes before she returns with several costumes in arm in order to just like hold them up to people and go, "No, yes, this is perfect. No, wait, no, we need something more that fits your eyes. Maybe something in blue," as she's holding a costume over Jules.
Sure. Thank you. Thank.
Fabulous.
Surprisingly enough, she, without thinking, she picks out everybody's color from the spectrum, and it's just like, yes, that'd be perfect. I know exactly what to get. Then she bustles off again.
Oh, it's such a good time. Such fun and sillies. For an extra story point for anyone else, would you like to describe the costume that is finally landed on by Link's enthusiastic mother?
I think that she would have given Leia, I'm not sure why, but I feel like what she managed, because she has this, because she was able to see that Leia's would be yellow. I feel like the only thing in her closet that would be yellow would be a banana costume.
She's definitely got a bumblebee costume somewhere.
Columbia, but if you want to be a banana, that's perfectly fine. Either way.
And I don't want to be, but that was the only thing that came to mind.
I feel like
you get bananas and you get maracas, a full peanut butter jelly time experience.
Great. She's gonna hold on to it just in case there's something some other kind of yellow that isn't quite as cumbersome.
Fun fact: as you take your extra story point, because you do all get story points for being in this game, the banana costume had a scratch and sniff banana sticker fall into it at some point, so it smells like banana, but that weird artificial now and later banana, which your brain is like, this is nothing that banana smells like in any way, shape, or form, but now you smell like it. So, because it's just
Great.
everywhere. Scratch and sniff banana sticker in the banana costume.
Link would probably remind his mom that she has several Victorian-style dresses in a million different colors.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jules is probably one of like the simple white gowns that you would see typically in the movie, but with like a blue cloak to wear over it.
Yeah. You think she could give me one of those dresses instead of the banana? Because this is.
You could do fancy banana. You could do a banana in a dress. Fancy banana.
Fancy banana.
Have we lost you, Eric? Did we lose you at fancy banana?
You might have broken.
You guys
Eric
are
a
all
little
doing
bit.
this, and I'm thinking I show up. She gives me these big black, thick plastic glasses with a big nose and a big black bushy mustache. Because
That's it. That's your
That's-
entire.
Already
costume?
thinks he's in costume. She's like, you need more of a disguise here, boom, and just puts them on his face.
I mean, he already looks like a degenerate half the time, anyways. So
Right.
It's true. But a lovable degenerate, in spite of your prostinations to the opposite. Yes. So that leaves Felix and Link, the beloved son who has come home for a costume change.
I'd
Link
like to
is
think-
straight up the Scarlet Pimpernel. Just saying.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
loaf of bread in a musketeer costume. I love that.
Can I be in a like pink ghost face outfit? Like the robe is pink and the mask has heart eyes.
Aw.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the type of thing she'd have. No, but Link is straight up dressed like a very fancy looking musketeer, but it's all in red with a mask, a hat, and there's like this big oversized red feather.
I will give you another story point if at some point during tonight's episode in your Scarlet Pimpernel costume, you utter the phrase yoinks and away a la Daffy Duck as the Scarlet Pimpernel. With Pimpernel. Some kind of pun that was duck based. It's like supermarket sweep. That's your bonus in the supermarket sweep round. But yes, if everyone is satisfied with their snacks and their costumes, shall we adjourn to the crumbling castle facade of the Enchantress?
I'm down.
Yes. All right, so it really does have like a Rocky Horror Picture Show vibe. It's very festival oriented, and it's not quite as many people as you saw for the audition at the Opera House, but people definitely show up. This is an event. I don't know if you all took the van or if you came in separate cars, but whatever you do, especially if you're in separate cars, finding parking becomes very difficult. So it's either you're going to have to spend some of your hard-earned money paying for a parking spot, which is easier, or you're going to have to go around the block a few times looking for parking. Is anyone interested in doing any sort of roll while looking for parking, or rolling down the window and shouting "Hey you" and asking questions to anyone on the street in some form of drag / genderqueer / punk costuming, as it were?
Can I roll streetwise to see if I can finagle us a parking space that's at least halfway decent?
I would love that. That's what Streetwise is for.
Can I roll alertness just to kind of see if I can see anything out of the ordinary?
Always.
You know what? I'm gonna hold on to that
How'd
7.
you do? Oh, that's a 7. You never know. It's parking is weird downtown at this time of day. It was going to be.
Can I roll persuasion to flirt with somebody on the street and make them give us their parking spot?
That.
Yeah, go for it. That's fine. And 11, Jules.
Yes.
You notice there is a white van. It looks like a news van almost that is pulling up on a side street. and it parks.
Is it Freddy's van?
No.
It's not.
Freddy,
His van's all.
so not enough time has passed. He is still zonked out.
Oh, okay.
And that van is blue from Ernie's anyway.
Gotcha.
No, but it is a news van.
It actually is a news van.
Excuse me, Mr. Dracula. I've noticed that you're standing by your car right there, but listen, me and my friends have a really important thing to get to, and we'd love. Oh, you'll give us your. Can you please give us your parking space? Oh my God, you're such a sweetheart. What was your name?
Hey, baby, my name's Sherman.
Sherman, what an amazing, what a wonderful name your mother decided to give you. Wow. Do you mind if we?
I haven't seen you down at the
leaving?
Eagle before. Will we see you down at the Eagle for the after party?
Oh, I don't normally go to the
No.
Eagle, but I mean, if you'll be there, maybe I might check it out.
All right, yeah.
As long as I can have that parking
Yeah.
space.
All right, we're heading out. We'll see you at the Eagle later, baby. We'll be
Oh,
waiting
I
for
can't
you.
wait. Mwah.
Oh God.
Easy as pie.
Alex and Leia.
Link just has this confused look on his face, like, what? How did that work?
Don't do parties.
Fabulous. Good times for all. As you
Or
do
Felix.
exit your vehicle or vehicles, depending upon how you arrived, you do start to notice, because you're close enough to the Enchantress, there are a couple people flanking the entrances that have like flyers in their hand, and they're dressed up. I'm gonna call them in like pseudo Rocky Horror Picture costumes. Like they're kind of like Transylvanian, so they have like party hats on, and they look like they're going to like a vintage Beetlejuice-esque prom, sort of. So as you get closer, they will attempt to hold out some flyers. Coming to the sacrifice tonight. Coupons for all.
Link will take one
Sacrifice?
and look it over.
This.
Isn't that the second show in the?
Yes, but we're holding a bit of a contest before, and so there's going to be the sacrifice contest with Sarina the Beautiful, and then there's going to be the first movie, and there's going to be then the real sacrifice.
Does the sacrifice have a lot of audience participation?
Well, yeah. I can't give away the secrets. I'm contractually obligated.
Okay.
You really want to be in the raffle tonight. You know what I'm saying? And you get like the exaggerated wink thing that a theater kid gives you because they have no subtlety.
I would like to roll some alertness to see if I can maybe get an idea of
Nope.
what he's insinuating.
It's either an alertness or like a persuasion or performance roll or something. But yeah, you can roll a skill.
I will roll persuasion with my diplomacy specialty of Link going, really? Are you sure you can't tell us more? This sounds so interesting.
Sure. I mean, Felix could try flirting again. It worked really well a few minutes ago, really, honestly.
We can try it again.
Jack him against a wall and
Or do that.
Violence
Do that.
not encouraged. That might be a problem. Violence could potentially.
That's never a problem. I mean, oh wait, I don't think that's what I was thinking.
Oh, we both rolled pretty high. Okay.
So, Link, I will let you know that you don't actually need to ask many questions, because you know that when they do kung fu films, occasionally they'll have a demonstration where they'll like ask people to come on the stage to like beat the master for prizes. They had a group here once of radio DJs when they did Phantom of the Paradise, and so there's some like audience participation ritual thing that happens beforehand. You don't know a ton about Sarina because it's just a different circle than you run in. But Sarina, as you look down on the flyer, and anyone holding a flyer with the coupons on it for like half off concessions, Sarina has like a real sort of glamorous Elvira thing going on, except she's bald. So it's like Debbie Jelinski plus Elvira with a bit of Sasha Velour. So it's like a bald, deadly beauty pastel night thing. She actually kind of looks like she's like eating rubies as she's reclining on this like velveteen recliner. So it's just up to the line of copyright infringement, but not quite there, which is just how we like to live here at Power Rangers Centurion. Yeah, so Felix, you look at the flyer and it's just like, oh yeah, Tsarina's doing. There's like it's like a heavy glam, like maybe there'll be like a punk pop mosh pit or something like that, like or your best Dracula thing. The usher demurs and just says, "Look, I can't tell you much. I can just tell you, the carpenters finished like an hour ago. That's all I'm gonna say. There were carpenters involved. It's super cool. You're gonna want some raffle tickets. That's all I have to say." Also, you want to get in there if you want seats all together because people are putting their coats down, I'm sure. So seating is going to fill up fast.
You're right. We should check this out. Let's go inside, you guys. He says, I feel like this couldn't be more obvious that this is definitely the thing that we have to go to. So,
I mean, you can
Yeah.
always just like stay at the concession stand and just bother the concession people. They're really fun as well. But then you won't learn the secrets.
I mean, as long as the line's not super huge, Link is definitely heading to the concession stand to grab like a drink and like some sort of sweet confection, as if he didn't have enough sugar at his parents, because you all watched him put away like 7 cookies and half a dozen Rice Krispie treats.
They do have frozen Junior Mints and frozen Milk Duds, but for some reason people don't buy the frozen Milk Duds. But it seems like a good idea.
Milk duds are gross.
Are you saying that like as they pass by in game or out of character?
Both.
Milk Duds are great.
So when Link walks by with like a box of frozen Milk Duds and a box of frozen Snow Caps, he's like, "What? These things are great." Especially when they're frozen, there's this nice crunch.
Frozen gummy bears are better.
What? I'm sorry. When did you decide
Blasphemy?
you like? When did you decide you like little fruity rocks? Because that's what those are.
Just saying, they're delicious
Little
rocks.
Fruit is going to be my next band name.
Should we? I feel like we shouldn't sit together.
Fruity Pebbles. Those are actual Fruity Pebbles.
It's better than Milk Duds.
why not?
I don't know.
I
Not
think we
sure.
should sit together.
Oh yeah, of course. But like, also,
As before you can debate this, just so you know, there are 2 drag queens bearing raffle tickets that are kind of flanking the door frame. So you will be asked about the raffle tickets, but if you would like to talk while you are moving towards, what you can see is an open door with the weird white gauzy thing that theaters have before they're playing any movies.
Should we?
Oh my gosh, Queen,
Yeah.
I love the outfit. Wow, look at this. The makeup is on point. Look at the shoes. Oh my gosh, you're selling raffle tickets? Do you think I could maybe have a couple of those? Just, for me and my friends. We're here. It's one of our friends' first time out to something like this, so we really want to make it like special, So any help from you, Queens, would be amazing. I rolled a
What you
22 in persuasion, by the way.
Yes. You did flatter their shoes. So one of the queens dressed as the female Snake Plissken gives each of you a free raffle ticket.
That's nice. Thank you.
The other one dressed
thank you
as
so much.
the other one dressed as Holly Gennaro McLean just sighs and shakes her head and goes, "James, you can't keep giving away tickets."
I don't know. I think James can do whatever they want.
Thank you,
I say as
sweetie.
I
Will
like-
you be at the? You're such a dear. Will you be at the Eagle after this?
Oh my gosh, you're like the 800th person to invite me to the Eagle after this.
I know, you're just adorable. Look at you in your ghost face costume.
Consistent
Bro,
note
yeah,
from
we
Alex
can't be-
every time.
Stabby.
It's like, no.
Alex, are you okay, Alex?
No.
I
feel
think
like
we
you're
have to
just like-
save the world or something afterwards.
I mean, that's it.
I have a feeling we'll be
Ah.
messing with some purple ooze later. So
I don't know why you would think that. I would certainly never send you into a festive trap of any kind. I've never done that. I'm feeling very attacked right now in this movie theater.
All right, so I get the Snake Plissken outfit, but who's the other one supposed to be? No?
Holly
Doesn't
Gennaro
know.
McLean, anyone?
Oh,
Anybody?
Die Hard. It's
yeah,
John McClane's wife.
John McClane's wife. Yeah.
I knew that. I wasn't going to say anything, though.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I didn't.
That's one of the reasons why I was like grinning. I was like, McLean, right? Main character's wife. That's great.
I actually didn't catch what the first one is.
Snake Plissken? Kurt Russell in Escape from New York?
Oh,
A
okay, 'cause I've
female
not seen
Snake
that.
Plissken.
That would be why.
Snake Plissken.
look-
Yes. So, by the way, as you enter, here's a fun scenario for you to imagine. People are having a good time, kind of going together to find seats. A couple people are throwing popcorn. One of the people that notices you, that's like settling down, kind of looks at your frozen milk duds and goes, I don't think I've ever seen anyone buy those. Interesting. But
They are amazing. They have the nice crunch followed by a little sweetness and creaminess. It's great. Just try one here.
Link, you're probably glad to be distracted then, because the rest of you, as you're looking for sheets, probably about this time notice the 5 black coffins in place of the front row. And the coffins are currently open.
And there are 5 of
That
us.
must be where the sacrificing is going to be taking place.
Girl probably about 16, 17 with the ponytail goes, oh my god, yeah! Oh, Serena hasn't done the coffin chairs in like forever. It's so cool. It's such an honor. If you win the raffle, you get like first row seating in the coffins. Oh, it's everything. Is this your first time? Is this your first time seeing a Serena show? Is it your first time? You have to tell me, you have to be honest.
It's actually my friend's first time at a Serena show, and he's gonna.
Oh my god, it's so
It's my
amazing.
first
Oh my
time.
god, you're so cute. That dress is so fetch.
Oh, stop it! You're a fetus.
Oh, it's true, but thank you for noticing. I did like eyeliner tonight. It's so smoky. I am so Emma Stone tonight. You know, it's Emma Stone realness.
I just
Oh,
can't
boy.
believe they let somebody of your age in this venue.
By the way, this is like an all ages thing, so it's
Oh,
not-
okay. Never mind.
It's not a 21 plus thing. They don't serve.
I mean,
there are
we're
no
also
alcoholic
not
beverages
21,
being
so-
served, yeah.
Oh,
We're
I'm
also
I'm forgetting how old we
We're
are.
17. So. Yeah, we're also
I thought we were. I
Yeah,
thought we were
so-
like.
No.
I thought we were like.
18.
We are
I thought we were like
No,
earlier.
I thought we were still in high school.
You're like
Mm-mm.
somewhere between 17 and 19, so you're like
Somewhere
on the
between.
cusp of like traditional American college age for like undergrad, but like
Okay.
So either way, we're old
Oh, well,
enough
then
that she is
redact
way too
anything I
young.
just said.
She seems
Yeah,
really young to
but-
us.
she is not the only one. Like there's like a dude that straight on looks like John Heder as Napoleon Dynamite, everything but wearing the Vote for Pedro shirt, and he's like sitting in the third row, and he's just like looking up. Alex, like the second you see him, he goes, "Oh, that dude has just like had half of half of mushroom candy bar or something." Like for the first time, he's just like you can just see the afro, and every now and then the dude just like giggles. It's a fun party tonight. So there are 5 coffins downstage. They are painted black, and they are down there in lieu of a front row. People are filtering in. There is a joyous atmosphere to the air. Would anyone like to do anything before we begin the sacrifice, raffle, and drawing?
Well, I hate to break it to you, but none of you guys are winning. Because that's not your color.
There's only one of you. Like, there's one of you in 5 coffins. What are you gonna do? Like, lay across
There's
them?
plenty of other people in here in black. I mean,
I'm gonna look up and scan the spotlights to see if they have any gels on them of the various colors.
Give me either an alertness or performance for this. I guess, yeah, it wouldn't really be a technology in a traditional sense. Yeah, so performance or alertness, whichever one is higher, I'd say.
They are alertness. Alertness is higher.
Every now and then, one of you just hears the crunch of Link
13.
biting into into a frozen milk dud. Just by the way, it's such a noise experience.
13.
13. Yeah, it's a pretty normal looking barn style spotlight. It tells you a little bit more about the Enchantress and about the show, because this is one of those old spotlights you had to like screw in, and it lives there and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
For love of God nor money. Pretty classic. The gels are probably slightly warped. You'd be pretty sure, but they're doing their job, and they're going to do their job. That's a workhorse sort of thing. This is the kind of thing this place is set up for. The movie is not the point. It's the idea that you get from how these are positioned. The festival atmosphere feels right, and if you didn't know that there's a likelihood of Ivan coming, you could actually probably lose yourself in this. It would be a kind of thing to do to like take your mind off of the other weird things in your life. And I will give this to you, Leia. The things that you've been learning about Centurion Ridge tells you that there's a reason people are gravitating toward the arts in this city, out of a need for kind of this intangible need for escape that they don't even know that they necessarily need. Because if you think about it, 40 years is not that long a period between major disasters. So the enthusiasm is enforced, but people are enthusiastic because they don't even know how badly they need it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not like real life or anything, by the way. I'm definitely not drawing any comparisons to the world that we currently live in.
I definitely did not do musicals as a child to escape my redneck bullshit surroundings or anything. Yeah.
And you recognize a little bit that in the 16-year-old that's kind of sitting in the aisle ahead of you and is just kind of like vibrating a little bit and checking her makeup and is like doing like a super fun trying for Avril Lavigne, but not quite getting Avril in the time period, but trying, bless her heart. It would be really nice if it worked for those coffins. And would anyone like to roll alertness, culture? Anyone curious about the coffins? Anyone want to see if there's like people doing bodyguarding around them? Like,
Jules got a 23.
What was
17.
Jules looking for?
I mean, I can always fail it. That's fine.
You could succeed. You have as much chance of succeeding as you have of anything.
Felix is just kind of taking in all of his surroundings when he's in a place that he doesn't know. He just likes to make sure that he knows every which way that he could possibly escape from those surroundings.
Then I will give you, for a sense of escape, you cannot see the red exit sign for the door that would get you out of here down by the coffins. And also above you, not quite directly, but enough that it would be a problem, is the second floor. So if you had to escape vertically in some capacity, whatever capacity that would be, you'd have to how do they say in D&D? You'd have to misty step to get out if you wanted to get out. It reminds you a little bit of the movie Night of the Demons, where everybody got trapped in a movie theater and there were zombies outside, which is not what's going to happen here, but just there's a movie that is the thing. So we had the 17. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to go next, but Jules is the next one who rolled, so let's go with that.
Hello, Jules. What were you looking for with your 23?
I'm really curious about the coffins.
Yes.
Is there anybody hanging around them? Is there like people guarding them? Is there anything inside of them? Are there name cards on them? Like anything? I know they said that the winner of the raffles were gonna get them, but
So you have a choice to make in this case.
okay.
Have time to go down to do a little reconnaissance by yourself and come back, or you can because the 23 is pretty good, so you could try to do it from your sheet and risk not getting complete information potentially based upon if you're standing or sitting or
No, let's just go ahead and start this party. I'm gonna go down there by myself and look around.
Oh, no, you're
Okay.
not. Nope, I'm coming with you.
Ah!
You're absolutely not going by yourself. Not a fucking chance.
She just had to get away from Link with his crunching of those milk duds.
No,
Entirely
I just
fair.
honestly,
There's like
it's not
one
even that.
stuck
She's
in
just
like the side of your molars right now too. You're like doing that.
no. Okay,
doing
so
that, like,
she's a
stuffy
curious
sound.
person, right? Like she's that's just who she
Yeah.
is. She's very
Yeah.
curious.
I
So she
love
would have
that about you.
stopped once she like hyper focused on them. She wouldn't even realize that you guys are still there. She would just kind of, without thinking about it, wander down that direction to
Yeah.
like.
And Leo will come right with you because she knows. She knows how your brain works,
I'm
and she
gonna
will.
be fine and just looking.
Nope.
Maybe touching.
Maybe don't.
You know that you
touch
don't
things.
want to touch it because as you get closer, you can still smell it. It's like probably dry on the inside, but the outside of the coffins are freshly painted enough that
Oh,
like
okay, so licking is
you
out
touched-
too then. Okay.
I would
You
not
didn't say
recommend
that.
licking the coffins even if they were dry, but I guess you could. I guess I won't stop you if you want to.
Please don't. Jules,
So
please
there is someone there with the name tag that goes, you'll need to win the raffle to sit in the seats. We can't have any photography in the seats before, but you can get an autograph from Serena after the show. She'll be at the stage door. And this is just like a bored-looking worker person who's doing everything but wearing the name tag.
Okay. I have a really, really bad idea, but before I tell you what my bad idea is, do I notice anything else weird or interesting about the coffins?
There are ravens on top of the coffins. Little statue ravens.
Oh, not real ones.
Okay.
Not real ones. No, they don't have that kind of money. They don't have money for real live birds in this
I thought
art
he said
house.
raisins, so it's like
Not
what?
in California, otherwise. No, they are.
What?
Oh God.
They're little statue ravens that are on these open coffins in this art house movie theater about to play a movie called The Sacrifice in about 2 hours' time. It's fine.
This also known as The Crows Have Eyes.
I want to give you one more piece of information, Jules Fur.
Okay, and then I can do my
But
bad
before I give you
decision?
this information,
Uh-huh.
and you're not going to have to roll for it because the 23 is going to give it to you.
Okay.
How much does Jules know about theater?
She enjoys the theater. She's one of those people that would love to participate in theater, but she's very shy. So she's never really like gone to any of the auditions or anything like that. But she does go to all the shows. She does enjoy the theater.
Then, it won't surprise you necessarily, but you're not quite sure why you notice this. You notice where the ghost light is positioned because the light of it kind of gleams off of the ravens on one side, but the ghost light is still on. It's on the side of the stage and like the wings, so you can only see it down by where you are. The ghost light is still on.
Okay. This is a really bad idea.
And then there's 5 open coffins and 1 worker. By the way, the worker's name tag is Bet, and she's not really dressed up, but she does have like a lesbian biker bar realness going on, but that's just how Bet dresses. That's not a costume.
Okay. So Jules realized how quickly and easily we got things when Felix tried flirting with people.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Oh, honey.
I tried successfully.
There wasn't any trial. It was just a straight up success, like twice. You have like so many invites to the Eagle, but you can't enter because you're not unless you are 21.
I
That's
warned
it.
you it was a dumb
Felix
idea.
will be able to get into the Eagle Trust.
Not unless you're 21, because they're very, they work very hard about that sort of thing.
Sure. Okay.
So she figures that it's just really easy to do that.
Mm-mm.
Beans.
This is gonna go so well.
I would love
Oh,
this
boy.
persuasion roll, and I
The
would
look
love
on your
for
face, the look on Leia's
love Leia to just stand by for whatever is about to happen.
It just.
As I
Oh,
use it, no.
honey, you're so cute, but goddamn.
Did you get a 1? Is that? Oh,
I got
Oh
a
my
1 on
God,
the
Michelle.
skill. I got a 7.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So you can
This
still
makes so
attempt
much
to
sense.
flirt with Bennett. I'm not
Oh.
going to stop you.
Oh,
she
honey.
We
she
could
thinks
Cyrano
like
de Bergerac this, and Leia could try to help. You know, we could
I
Cyrano de Bergerac.
could 100%.
well, okay, so Jules doesn't tell you that's what she's doing. She just like very awkwardly like stands like kind of close to the worker, and she's like trying to channel her inner Felix, which apparently is not a good thing at all.
Sweetie, are you feeling okay? You look like you're gonna like faint any second. Are you doing okay there, sweetie?
No, I'm
What?
fine. And she like tries to do like a hair flip.
And like
are
I
you
imagine your hair
okay?
like flips and comes around and hits you in the face. Like I don't know how long your hair is, but like
Yeah, she's like pulling it out, trying to get out of her mouth.
You didn't have the frozen milk duds, did you? Those things have been at the box
Oh,
office for
my
like 3
God.
years.
No. I was just thinking that maybe you want to tell us more about the coffins.
They're coffins with chairs in them.
But
There's
yeah,
not
so
really.
it's my first time here, and I don't know how it goes. Don't you want to like explain
I
things
mean,
to me?
if you win the raffle, you sit in the coffin and then you watch from the front row. It seems pretty self-explanatory when we say win coffin seating on the flyer. I guess I could work on making that more self-explanatory. Are you feeling okay, sweetie? I feel like coffin seating should be very like.
So yeah, so like she like tries to hair flip the other side again, and she like smacks Leia in the face with her hair.
Oh, great. So Leah
Yeah.
wants Leah's gonna look at
The show. Oh, look at the time. Look at what time it is. The show is going to start soon. You should get back to your sheet. Look at the. She's not even wearing a watch, by the way. Like
No,
Ben is
it's like
doing
freckles.
this hand motion and definitely not. Oh, look at that time.
past
look at
that
how the
freckle on my
time
wrist.
flies.
So Leah, before we head back to our seat, she's just gonna
bad. It's
sort of
so
look
bad,
at.
y'all.
She's gonna say, I'm so sorry about her. She doesn't know how to act when she sees a really hot woman, so she's just a little
That's
nervous.
okay. I don't either, sweetie. That's what I say
Yeah.
to my husband all the time. It's great.
Yeah. She also has no gaydar, so we're gonna go.
Yeah. Good try though on trying to get in the coffins, but like, no, it's not worth my job. I've been working for Sarina for too long. I'm not messing with my paycheck, but good try. I practiced the hair flip. You smacked your friend with your hair. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't as sexy as you thought it was, but good try.
We'll work
try.
on it. We'll work on it. She's good at hitting her friends by accident. It's a
I
whole
do
thing.
love the banana costume. I do love the phallic thing going on, like the dressed up banana. That's kind of new. Yeah. I love that.
It wasn't my first choice of costume.
Yellow's your color, though. Like,
That's
not
what they
everyone's
tell
gonna
me.
yellow up. So there you go.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah.
I keep hearing that yellow is my color, so don't know why, but it's fine. So yeah. How long have you been? You said you've been working for Serena for a while.
Yeah. I've been Sarina's manager / roadie. We're in like year 3 now or something like that. Like forever in roadie relationship. Yeah.
What's she like?
Bold. Very
Bald.
bald, very sassy. Yeah, bald in both real life and as character, just straight up bald. But she has good head shape for it. Like she can pull off. That's why she's bald, because she can. Yeah.
That's not really a personality descriptor, but
Well, when she comes down the aisle in a couple of minutes, you'll know why it's a personality descriptor.
bald is her personality. Okay, got it.
Bald is beautiful. That's what her t-shirts say. You should get one of her t-shirts. It's a pretty good t-shirt. It's very comfortable.
Okay, yeah. We should probably get back to our seats.
Jules
I
looks
would
very
say
confused as we walk back.
Sarino will like come down the aisle. Like you hear about like trying to explain, if you don't get back to your seat, you will get bulldozed by Sarina coming down the aisle. So it's just safer.
Why do I feel like Serena is the female version of Ruby Rod?
I don't know why you would think that. The lights do flicker though as you get back to your sheets. The show is about to begin.
I did
I would
everything
do
Felix did. I don't understand why it didn't work.
That looked painful.
Felix, you actually hear that from where you're sitting?
He's just gonna kind of give Jules a little bit of a side eye and just be like, it comes with years of practice.
You can see
Fabulous.
almost like she's like desperately wants to like pull out a notebook and like take notes on this, but she refrains.
Link has eaten the entire box of Milk Duds and is now eating the ice caps. Yum. Want some?
Snow caps is ice.
No.
You're not gonna have any teeth left after the end of this episode. Poor teeth.
You are funding your dentist's vacation.
It just reminds me of the frozen Snickers we used to eat at the pool as kids. Rock hard.
Fabulous. So, the theater just goes dark. And everyone lets out that like vintage like 90s scream when the theater goes dark. It's very fun. The screen itself lights up, and it's the only light for a few moments. It's a chaotic mess of swirls, and it turns into a slideshow of different horror vignettes featuring Sarina the Beautiful as all kinds of classic characters, from the Bride of Frankenstein to the floating skeleton from the basement of House on Haunted Hill, Vincent Price, black and white, not colored version. And then a female voice from a speaker system above you. She walks with swiftness. She is the night. She is Sarina the Brilliant. And Sarina begins to walk down the long aisle. And you can all see Sarina because she's very tall and very bald. Her dress has a slit almost up to her thigh. I would describe generously her dress as ghost white, and she's also done a little bit of white body paint, so we definitely get that vampirous ghost vibe. She seems to like, she doesn't quite pause, but you get the sense that she's able to look at each of you just for a fraction of a second as she walks down the aisle. It's just this imperious gaze that seems to sweep over the audience, but it feels like you got looked at for like half a second. It's kind of like wonderful and chilling at the same time. Is anyone sitting near the aisle, or did you all manage to like score seats in like the center?
I think I would be near the aisle.
Yeah, Leia, then you notice this especially. She doesn't look like she's walking so much as she's floating. Like, you're not sure if it's a trick of the lighting or just how her costume is or how her heels are shaped. But there's something ethereal and floaty about Sarina that makes you go, no. You don't know what it is, but your gut is just like, no.
Huh.
Link is not paying attention. He's like trying to dig into the box to find more chocolate.
The person behind you does not like that you are not paying attention, and you just hear in your ear a hiss from like this dude. Stop it.
I get this distinct impression from the Serena stands that they are just Taylor Swift stands in a different skin.
It's goth Taylor Swift is what it is. We're going goth Taylor Swift tonight.
Because that's the shit that I like when I dared say, like, she's not my favorite person. I got this, like, what do you mean? What do you mean she's not your favorite person? I'm like,
yeah, so Leia, the reflection of Sarina, the beautiful t-shirts, the lighting is made just so their t-shirts kind of glow with, like, the UV light thing from when you're, like, a dark ride.
oh
So,
boy.
like, just amongst the crowd, like, Sarina is here and is present, and as she finishes descending down the aisle, she ascends to the stage, and she raises her hand, and the room goes silent. Except for Link, who's decided that his new love language is my beauties, thank you so much for such an introduction and love. Though we have been haunting the Enchantress for many years now, and I have been hosting Spooky Midnight Madness for these 3 years for you, your devotion has never wavered. My family, my friends, it is to you I dedicate this viewing. Brides of Dracula, and of the sacrifice. And she literally holds for applause until
Crunch,
everyone
crunch,
starts
munch,
applauding.
munch.
Like, she literally, like, there's like a 5-second pause, and then pandemonium breaks out.
So there's like a 5-second pause, and the only thing in our area that you can hear is crunch, crunch, munch, munch.
It's the only thing anyone can hear, Link. It's literally the only noise happening before the applause. You're ruining the ambiance of spooky.
You can layer.
After the applause dies down and she lived for the applause, he continues. Sardina says, of course, you would see here in the orchestra pit the 5 lucky coffins for those of you who get the premium up-close coffin seating. With yours truly, there is a 6th coffin you cannot see just for me, but it's very comfortable, darling, because I don't do anything uncomfortable. So if you do not get your tickets out, tisk, 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 for the drawing is nigh. And, like, ushers appear out of nowhere near the door, and they're all wearing Sarina the Beautiful t-shirts. That's the only reason you even see them out the corner of your eye. And she goes process of, like, drawing these tickets, and it is a festival. It's like, so I don't know if Leia would know this, but Katie, you'd know this. The scene in Tommy the movie where it's like the rock concert, but like the Frankenstein one, not the Elton John one.
Yeah.
So it's very much like pandemonium of, like, you're not worried, but, like, people are way too into this. Like, even for Rocky Horror, this is starting to feel a little bit... Alex, you've never felt more at home anywhere in your entire life. This is like the femme version of what you do, almost. This is just amazing. And every time you hear Link chewing during the silence, a part of you just, like, chuckles internally or maybe even externally. Like, it's the best night ever for you.
I just keep handing them M&Ms and stuff. Here.
Where did you frozen M&Ms from? They don't even make these here. It's amazing. As we head toward our 10-minute break, none of you are chosen. 5 random people are chosen, but it's not any of you. The good thing to know is that the people that are escorted to the coffins, they're just sitting in coffins. You can still see the back of the head. There's no weird hazing ritual for them or anything like that. They're just kind of sitting in coffins up front as the movie Brides of Dracula begins to play. And it would have been great if it hadn't been for the purple lightning. And we'll find out more about that when we come back from our 10-minute break while you think about Sarina and how beautiful she truly is. We'll see you soon. This gay old time at Midnight Movie Madness. Brides of Dracula has just started to play. People are going, start the movie! Start the movie! It's like a real, like, everybody's having a great time. That was fine. Tsarina was making her way across the stage to where she kind of sits in like her lounge chair to do her Mystery Science Theater 3000
Nope.
gig that she does. And then, well, as in Centurion Ridge they say, things went to hell very quickly. No one can quite tell where it came from exactly, but there's an arc of purple lightning that shoots across the 5 ravens that are kind of the hallmark of Tsarina's like gothy dark glamour thing. And then there's slam as 5 unseen coffin lids take the winners of the coffin seating and turn them into the coffin sacrifice, which was very unsettling for them if their screams were any indication. Unfortunately, the lights are struggling to come back up in the theater. So there aren't many house lights, and people are reacting negatively to things, and even Tsarina saying, please remain calm, it's all part of the show. Even that sounds really uncertain. So, Rangers, I ask you, now that pandemonium has come to the Enchantress, what would you like to do?
Grab some popcorn.
Probably.
Sorry.
I was gonna say probably should morph, but maybe that's plan B.
I feel like it's very public and there are a lot of people around, so maybe morphing right now is I mean, you can, I'm not going to stop you, but you never know what's going to happen. Obviously it has escalated, so morphing is now an ideal thing to do. But we have just started, so people are only beginning to panic and kind of try to figure out. Another fun story is that as the lights flicker a little bit, you know those 5 little raven statues that were atop those coffins that you saw? Yeah, those are Tangas now.
Yeah, I figured they were.
Standing atop those coffins. And they're smelly, Tanga-y, anthropomorphized goodness.
Yeah, Link is gonna be like, all right, time to sneak out.
Point of clarification, we don't need to sneak anywhere. We're in costume.
Our faces aren't covered though.
Mine is.
Yeah.
As he
Okay,
places
not
this
all of us
mustache.
are.
Maybe instead of running, I don't know. Jules isn't going to leave. She's going to try to get people out to safety.
I don't think he means to leave. I just think he means so he can morph.
No, I know, but in the time it would take for us to go and morph and come back, people could get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it could look like people get hurt. The only person that is not perturbed by the scene is the vote for Pedro guy in the 3rd row that's still just kind of not present
Super high.
where he is. Yes.
It's like, this is
It's dark,
fine.
right? You see the lights are out?
They're flickering, so it's pretty dark, but not like if you choose to morph, your color spectrum will alert people to the fact you are doing a thing that does not look like a flashlight. So that's the thing.
It's not pandemonium yet, right? You said people are still kind of like
people are it's getting to pandemonium. Like we're going by like that weird morphological tabletop time where like time is passing slowly, so the chaos kind of builds. But I want you.
I would like to. I mean, I would like to
What if
see
we
if
just
we
yell
can
fire?
go down to the coffins and like try and get them open.
Yeah, sure, you can do it. Let's have 2 things happen at one time then. So, Jules, let's have you do let's have you do an athletics check to see about you getting to a spot where you can help people start to get out. Because no one's in a place yet where they're like scrambling and yelling or falling over the like balcony area in a comical manner. It's not funny when they land, but it's funny
Can I
when they
re-roll that, please?
You got a 0 in your skill, so I would use story point for that. I feel like that's a good use of a story point, really.
I don't think it's going to be any better, but
I mean it. I mean, unless you roll a 1, I don't think it could literally be
I
any
rolled
worse
1
than that.
better. So I went from a 2 to a 3.
Yeah, so here's the thing. You go to try to help Jules, and the Avril Lavigne, very excited girl, kind of actually grabs onto your sleeve and goes, "No, no, you can't leave. This is just all part of the show. It's gonna be okay." And she has like a death grip on your arm.
Ow, can you let go? Please? This isn't supposed to be happening. We need to go. We need to get out. You need to get to safety.
He grabs your arm tighter. That 3 means she just grabs your arm tighter, and you might have a bruise there. If you want to give me acrobatics, Felix, to see if you can get down to the coffins. Acrobatics to weave through what is now going to be a growing crowd.
That's a 20.
That's a 20. So, yes, you're able to get down there, but yeah, there are 5 Tengas down there. I will give you this as we because we're going to do a grapple to see if you get grappled by one of the Tengas, because we're going to go into initiative. We're going to see about that. I will give you no security seems to be coming to assist. Bet is worried about Sarina more than anything, so there does not seem to be, at this early stage, anyone coming. But let's do some initiative now that somebody has approached the Tengas. Initiative, if you please. Tengas.
Is anybody interested in? Is the Red Ranger interested in doing a follow me or?
Yes, very much so. He seemed like, all right, we need to. He seems like some of us need to leave and morph. Some of us need to keep their attention.
Hey, Link, I think we need to go to the vending area real quick.
I need more snacks.
Yeah.
I did kind of
All right.
separate myself from the group, so I don't know if I could still do follow me.
Yeah, you can't really do follow me if you're separate.
Yeah,
I would say,
that's what I
because it would
figured.
tinge on you being able to hear the Red Ranger. So.
I will. I'll do it.
Okay. So we've got. So Alex, are you doing follow me or no?
Yeah, because I rolled that when you said roll initiative, not even thinking he had that.
All right. So we'll take Felix's as 13. What is it? Link, you roll, and then everyone else rolls under that, right?
Yeah, I've got 2 people, so I got a 14.
You have
And what
3.
they'll do is a 3, so I got a 15. I figured Leo was going to want to keep that 20.
I mean, I do.
Keep
I
the
do.
20. Then I got a
I-
14. The people who are doing follow me roll a d4, and then they subtract that from the 14. So Jules is a 10. And Alex has 12.
And then Leia, you've got 20, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's everybody. I'm good at counting and math. All right. So that 20 means Leia, you are first. Not that you didn't see this coming out of every possible angle, but now that it's here, what would you like to do?
So I'm gonna go with who approached the Tangas?
Felix did.
I did.
I'm gonna go up and help Felix.
Are you going to be on the same side? Because there are 2 aisles. You could go.
No, I'll go on the other side. I'll go on the other side.
All right. I'm going to have you do an acrobatics roll, because unless Felix was sitting right next to you, you have to climb over some seats and do a little bit of maneuvering in order to get to that.
Well, she was in the aisle. She was in the aisle seat, so I think
Yeah,
it would
that's true.
probably be easier for her to get to it than it was for me. But that's up to you.
I'm just going to do the acrobatics, and we'll see how you do getting there. Because even if you're in the same aisle, there's now people are having a reaction. Oh, you did 18. You're fine. So you're going to get down there. It will take you this round to move down to that location because it's just far enough away for that. But you could do that's your move action, but you still have you have standard action,
Mhm.
free action.
So, I mean, I kind of have to be morphed to use my shooting thing that I have.
Yes. No one here has any weaponry that you can shoot with, so you could throw something and it would just be a blunt light roll.
Yeah.
Or I
Is
guess
there?
throwing could.
They've been throwing shit all day, like this whole night. Like, is there something that I can pick up and throw in like the
like a popcorn bucket? You could like theoretically distract the tangas with popcorn.
We'll do that. That sounds good.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that you grabbed the John Heder dude's popcorn bucket.
Okay.
Because he's having a good enough night, he's not gonna miss it. So give me that. You'll make that targeting.
Okay.
That's an 8. You don't hit Felix, but Felix, you see popcorn fly near the Tanga's feet and over a couple of the heads of the people that are at the front still and can't quite get out. It doesn't smell good. Popcorn's been around for just too long at this point. Yeah. But Link, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try and leave the theater to find a less visible place to morph.
You are close enough that I'm not going to make you need to roll acrobatics since most people are kind of going that way, and I think you'll be fine to get out. So you could try to duck into the bathroom. You could like try to do like a. I'd make you roll for this, but you could like run and like dive over the concession stand in a fun manner and try it that way. There's even a little staircase that goes up to the second floor, and no one's come down yet, so you could potentially like go into the shadow of the stairs.
Definitely seems like going into the shadow of the stairs is his preferred method at this point.
Okay, that's perfectly fair.
Speaking of B movies,
I will give you two. Doing this, you can go then up the stairs in your morph form and do like a fun like. I mean, I can't guarantee that you won't like hilariously like crash into chairs, but you can totally dive from the balcony as a ranger.
Oh no, I got it. So he's gonna go into the little corner, punch in 510. It's morphin' time. He's gonna transform into the Red Ranger, go charging up the stairs, and immediately stand on the lip of the balcony. Villains! Tangas! Flee or be destroyed! And then he's gonna like stand there triumphantly, draw everybody's attention away from all of the other Rangers, so that way they have a chance to find a secret place to also transform.
Felix and Leia, especially, seeing and hearing this from the vantage point of being near the Tangas, do either of you have an emotional response to villains flee from your fearless Red Ranger leader?
Love the showmanship.
Please take a story point for the Darkwing Duck gif that no one else can see in the Discord. Thank you. Yes, that's fabulous. It's very Ranger appropriate, so please take a story point for definitely leaning into the Rangerdom of it all. Felix, you had a higher initiative score than the Tangas, so you could try to grapple one of them for once. Surprise grapple.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Is there anything that I could grab that I could use to maybe see if I can pry open the coffins with?
A
Give me an
Tenga head.
alertness roll. Give me an alertness or a culture roll, I guess, whichever one you want to try.
15 on the alertness.
15. They are. I mean, there's purple energy running under the rim, so they're likely magically sealed. But there are like those kind of round stanchions. You could potentially have enough leverage to either shoo the tangos away, or like try to do like a scientific principle thing if you want to. Like a lever. I don't know why when I say lever, this is the action I do, but you get the idea.
Well, I'm not trying to shoo the Tangas away. I'd like to try and like pry open a coffin.
Well, the
Or at least
round
attempt to.
stanchions are the only thing you really have that you can do that with. So,
Okay, what would I roll for that?
they're it's going to be a really easy diff, but if you want to roll a brawn to see how heavy they are, they're not going to be super heavy. But give me that brawn roll, and we'll see how you do.
All right, I'm going to use a perk that I have called Adolescent Attitude that allows me to use a add a D2 to any skill I don't have points in.
Yeah, great use of that.
$11.
11. You get the stanchion lifted up. And you can lever it under the lid. The second you get it under the lid, though, you see a bit of purple lightning sparking on the end of the stanchion. Are you willing to risk it?
I'm thinking if I touch it and like blows me back, at least then I'll be in like the wings, and then I could morph.
The wings. All right. Give me. I'm gonna definitely call this a might roll. Give me a might roll to see how you do with the scientific principle in action. We're doing science and horror tonight.
17.
17. So Leia, you see this, and this I don't know if this is going to be hilarious to you or harrowing or what, but that 17 wasn't for if you were going to succeed on this necessarily. That 17 was for how far back the energy was going to throw you from the purple lightning. Basically, that 17 means you don't land prone in the wings and you haven't crashed into anything. You do fly into the wings,
Oh, good.
but you land gracefully. And if anyone had seen it, they would have given you like a clap for it. Unfortunately, no one got to see how cool that looked.
I feel like I did the superhero landing thing with like the,
Well, no, Felix did. You just got to watch Felix bring propel.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, but you don't hear a crash. So, Felix, you land masterfully in the shadows of the wings. Unfortunately, no one saw how cool that was.
If only somebody saw how cool that was.
We heard it though, because you never shut up.
Spicy. Spicy in this movie theater tonight. Everything is spicy.
Sorry, no.
So you can't morph because that is a standard action, and you've used stuff already. I do want you to give me an alertness roll, though. Or not alertness. Give me a culture roll. For the culture, Felix Boucheron.
12.
The ghostlight is on. It's this weird. So if you don't know what a I'm not going to assume what Felix knows. Actually, there is this weird bulbed light, kind of beautiful, soft white, iridescent light. And it's on a stand on the side. You look at it for a moment, and it's like a flicker of recognition. It's just like saying, "Hey." It's just like, "Hey, girl," but it's not like reach out and touch me, hey girl. It's just more like, hey, just I'm here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Just for you to know for next time.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Alex, it went from Rocky Horror to a punk show in a very brief amount of time. You are muted if you're going
Yes,
to
I
tell
am.
us.
I am.
anything.
I am 100% muted because I keep coughing. Alex was going to follow Link out, but instead of diving in the shadows and doing his Darkwing Duck impersonation, he is going to try to leap over the concession stand while humming the lyrics and the music to 8675309. And when he gets to the 309, since that's his code, he types that in and
That's fun.
attempts to morph.
Just for giggles, I'm gonna have you do
I
a
failed.
athletics roll, to see how well going over the concessions counter goes. Just for giggles, let's see how that athletics roll goes.
I mean, at least I'm trained in this one. There you go.
5. You there's a whole display of leftover promotional material from Meg 2, the Meganing. And your feet, before you can get fully morphed, get tangled up in fake shark merchandise. So when you come up as the Black Ranger, you actually have a paper mache shark on your head. And several people, as they are rushing out in fear for their lives, actually stop at concessions and look at you, shake their heads, and then book it. But you were definitely something that will be remembered.
I'll sign later and then head back into the
Cool beans.
with the head on.
So you have a free action left. You'll basically get back into the theater, but you'll have to use your whole move next turn, unless you're going to shoot from afar, which you can totally do. But you can't shoot now because that's a standard action.
I am not. I am going to call forth to my hand my big black spiral saber.
That's very fair to do. I will let you do that. And the next turn, you'll be able to do things with your spiral saber, your power tool, as one might say. All right, it is the Tanga's turn. They are having a good time scaring people, and they're looking down at the one person they don't seem to be able to scare. And I am going to roll for them to see if they grapple Leia.
I'm
How
here.
did they do? 21! You have returned just in time to be grappled by a Tanga.
Because
They
of course
smell
they did.
worse than the inside of a tauntaun.
Great.
For anyone Darkwing ducking or otherwise in the theater watching the proceedings, the Tanga that grapples Leia leans over to do it, so it's very awkward. It will be very easy to get out of, potentially. But, the Tangas are not leaving these coffins. They seem to be, nesting at the source of evil. It probably doesn't help. And Leia, you can hear this more than even Felix. There are screams from inside the coffin.
Yeah, of course there
Not
are.
great. Yeah, it's not great. You're also now grappled, so you're gonna have bird smell in your nose for ever. It's the worst.
Love that for me.
Yes, but Jules, it's your turn.
Does this person still have a vice grip on my arm, or did they leave?
No, they still have vice grip on your arm. They are frozen in fear, as it would say, and you are frozen right along with them, and they just won't let it go.
I would like to.
Get it? Because
I would
Yeah.
like to try
Leia
to
got it.
get out of their arm, out of their grip without hurting them, if that's at all possible.
It's going to be a grapple, so give me that might roll. It will not be a high difficulty grapple, but it is still a grapple.
I think I'm still
How'd
grappled.
you do?
I got a 6.
6. No, you're not grappled anymore. The roll was unless you got a 5 or lower, you were gonna get out of the grapple. 6 just guarantees you don't do any damage to the frenzied girl trying to hold desperately onto normalcy. But yes, she's still just kind of standing there, but you are no longer attached, so you are free to do as you will.
I guess because they're frozen and not listening to me, I'm gonna try to duck out and morph if I can, and if I have to do it on my next turn, that's fine. But
yeah, you can move, but yeah, the morphing is a standard action, so you have to do that in your next turn. But where would you like to? Would you like to go to the doorframe just in time to see the shark version of the Black Ranger appear with their saber?
yeah, I was actually kind of hoping that there was a big like cardboard like movie cutout somewhere that I could duck behind and morph behind that.
There is one for Meg 2, the Meganing.
Yeah, that's.
I
where
know there
she's
was a
headed.
Meg 2, but I don't know what the sequel's name is. I'm just calling it the Meganing.
Yeah.
Meg 3, even more Meg.
So
Meg
much
4,
Meg.
this time it's personal. Meg 5, so much Meg. So good.
But yeah, that's what she's doing.
That's fine, yes. So you will emerge from your Meg-shaped cocoon as the Blue Ranger when next it's your turn. So, Leigh Mackenzie, once again, Atanga has decided to invest themselves in your personal space and hold you as if it were prom, and they smell. What would you like to do?
Morphing. Can I do that?
You have to be ungrappled to be able to like put your numbers.
Okay, I wasn't
here.
sure.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to ungrapple?
Yes, that is a might roll.
Okay.
And you need to get a 14 or higher. Actually, I'll give you the 13 if you can get the 13. Would you like to use a story point?
Yeah, I would.
The great thing about getting a 1 is that you can use a story point, but you also gain a story point. So you're not.
Yeah.
It's an equal balance thing. But unless you want to be grappled even harder by Atanga,
No.
I would re-roll that.
No.
Grappling 2, the grappling name.
The grappling. Yeah, no. I would like to not be grappled if at all possible.
Yes, you need a 13 or higher. Is the ideal scenario here.
Okay.
Hey, and you got the 13 that you needed.
Yay!
It's evasion. So it's still there. You can still smell it, but you are no longer grappled, which is good.
Okay.
Unfortunately, morphing is standard, so you won't be able to morph, but your hands are free. You could do anything else that you would like to do while you are there.
I would like to at least get out of range of these things. So if they're not leaving the coffins, that means I'm at least out of range if I like move away from it.
Yeah, that's fair, because then you'll be close enough to be back in range when you need to.
Yeah.
But you can totally move. The bird smell's still in your nose, though, but it's always there now, and it's sad. Link, you are the terror that whacks in the night. What would you like to do?
At this point, people are no longer near the Tengas, right?
The Tengas have like a 3-row clearance in most directions, except for the guy that's high in his chair and hasn't noticed that the movie is no longer playing. But he's like way on the end, so you don't have to worry about him.
Okay. Because what Link is going to do, since there's nobody near them, he's going to like dramatically jump towards the I forget what it's called. He's going to jump towards the railing where all of the the lights and things are held.
And so they don't have enough money for their own. They're not called cages, but I've forgotten the name too, so I'm gonna call it. So like the light, the barn lights are just like on the sides of the balcony. So they don't actually have their own. They don't have their own light system. They don't do like rock shows in here. They can't afford it. I was either going to give you Darkwing Duck, or I was going to let you do a Tuxedo Mask quote, but you went with Darkwing, so I can't be mad about it.
Well, I was hoping to like grab a hold of one of the railings or like some kind of lighting system and use that to vault myself onto the stage.
I will give you a random weird rope from someone trying to attempt it if you would like to give me. I'm going to call this a finesse because the rope implies escape artistry. So if you'd like to give me a finesse to see if you can swing down toward the Tangas in a, may I hazard to say, bowling-like motion, you may do so.
I got a 5. That's glorious.
That is hilarious. So, Leia, you know how earlier you watched Felix go one direction into the wings? You now have a front row seat for Link face planting into the 5th row, as that was not as secure rope as it looked, sadly. You are not damaged except for your pride, Link, and you are prone. Because there's just no way for you not to be prone.
Pride.
Guys, stop making us look bad.
They're trying. Us who?
Us, our friend group. We are cool, and we should seem cool to others.
Oh, so good. Link, that was amazing. Thank you for that. Felix, from the wings, you missed the performance of Link swan diving, but you did hear the Samari's crash afterwards. So there's that.
Yikes. Well, let's get Morphin. He's gonna bust out his wrist morpher and type in 110 and Pink Ranger power.
Power of the Pink Ranger envelops you with the joy and beauty it beholds. That ghostlight says, "Hey girl, hey again," but it does not. It's not like for you to reach out to, but it more emphatically now feels very warm and inviting.
The strange recollection.
Yeah, okay, can I well, okay, first of all, I'd like to call upon my crescent spear. Is that the name of that
your
weapon?
crescent lance.
Crescent lance, thank you. I'd like to call upon that, and I guess on my way back from the wings to skewer some tangas, I will take a little glance over. I will walk past the light just to like see what it's beckoning to me.
It's so a ghostlight's job in the theater is to keep the ghosts at bay. It's a light in the darkness. And it's just like game recognizing game, the light in the darkness. But there have been other lights in the darkness that you've met. In the opera house, it was a light that brought forth something in infinite value. It was a light inside a cereal box.
I am.
I'm trying to get better at this. I don't want to. I'm trying not to be. Yeah. So it's just like
I am catching
like,
what you are putting
hey.
down. Does this light? Is it gleaming a certain color? Perhaps should I call somebody over here that might be looking for something like this?
I mean, the two people that have done only one that you've seen, and he is currently face first in a whole bunch of chairs in the 5th row. So I guess you could, as you're going out. By the way, you don't have to go far. You have twice your reach in order to like do damage to the Tangas with your lance. You don't actually have to go that far out unless you want to like make an entrance.
I mean, who are
He
we
doesn't
I
have
don't
talking
know.
to?
Maybe you're feeling bashful. I don't know.
Bashful is not a word I would ever associate with Felix.
He's embarrassed to be associated with the rest of us who keep just screwing everything up.
That's not true. Okay, I'm gonna
Would you like to saucily use your crescent lance to slash at these Tangas?
I mean, of course, I will. I would love to do that.
Saucy.
His croissant lance.
It's croissant lance. I will tell you, not enough time has passed, so you don't get the poison damage on it yet, because it's still technically the same day. So you don't get any. You don't get any poison damage on it yet.
That's fine. I am going to step out into the where people can actually see me now.
In your helmet, the Sailor Moon tuxedo mask theme plays in your helmet as you step out of the shadows. I don't have it at the ready, but you know what it sounds like. I can tell by that chuckle. You know exactly what the tuxedo mask entrance sounds like.
He's gonna kind of step out and flare the curtain behind him a little bit, so that there's a little bit of a pizzazz to him walking out, and he's going to hold his lance. The other wing,
by the way.
Oh, wonderful. That means there's probably somebody over there. And he's going to be like, if any of my fellow I don't know why he's doing this. Hey, if anyone
either, but needs, it's amazing. Please continue. Yes.
If anybody needs a weapon of power, there might be one back here, he says as he attempts to skewer a Tanga.
Shishka Tanga. I believe your crescent lance is a finesse roll.
I believe it is as well.
We'll be wrong together if we're wrong. But we're not.
Okay, that's not good. A 13, that's better. That's over their toughness, right?
That is not over their toughness, unfortunately.
Damn
but
it.
I will give you with 13. What is your favorite flower?
Felix's favorite flower?
Yes.
Chrysanthemums? Pulled that out of my butt.
That's fair. But the scent of your favorite flower, in this case chrysanthemums, you smell it on the swing, and it smells very wonderful, with the bonus of you've annoyed the Tangas with the scent of the righteous chrysanthemum, which is a bonus on your crescent lance.
Oh,
it smells good.
Lance smells like flowers. That's cool.
Yes. Good job. Didn't do quite what you want to, but you got some stuff done. Alex, you just watched the Pink Ranger almost shish kebab. You don't smell the flowers, but the Tangas look annoyed, and he doesn't love that.
Then I would like to do the traditional Power Ranger leap down and smack him with my drill.
Yeah, of course. Please use your drill for its intended purpose.
That's might.
Alex, you hear the sound of a power drill. It sounds like a giant power drill. That's a 16.
16.
You are able to do some damage to one of the Tangas. There are sparks of kind of the blackish purple color, which all Black Rangers struggle with being in that space. And sparks literally fly when you and the Tangas see each other. Not in a romantic way. That would be weird, though.
And then yell, "Screw you, bird brain!" And Who's going
Yes.
next? Because I want to use my.
The Tangas are next.
Oh, I don't want to help them. I want to use my quip thing to give one of my fellow rangers a. I never do this.
Oh yeah, so you can do that really at any time. You can just basically choose a ranger, and then they'll be able to just use it on their next turn. If you would like to choose a ranger, or you can do so as we're continuing around.
I'll do it as it comes around because I have to look up and see what it does because I don't remember.
Okay. Because you are currently the focus of the Tangas as the lightning underneath the coffins continues to be problematic, and there's continuing to be screams, so they're slightly softer now, unfortunately. They attempt a big slash on you. They get an 11, which is probably not as good as your toughness, I would guess. I would imagine your toughness is higher than 11.
Mine? Yeah.
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 So here's the weird thing. They attempt to beak slash you without getting off the top of the coffin lid. And so that's why the 11 fails, is they really seem to be enjoying the area where they are. Felix, one of them, starts to try to fly toward you, but gets pulled back by one of its fellow Tangas, and the Tanga squawks at it as if to tell it no. And you watch that kind of very strange exchange as we go on. Yeah?
They seem to really be trying to protect these coffins, huh?
They are. You know, if you had some coffin drops, you could make the coffin stop. It's an old Halloween joke, everybody. Jules?
Yes.
You are able to put in your number, if you'd like to, from your place from behind the Meg 2 the Meganing poster.
Yeah.
By the way, I looked it up. Meg 2 is called Meg 2 the Trench. So it's less fun than Meg 2 the Meganing.
We're calling it Meg 2 the Meganing in this universe.
Yeah, I type in 216 into my thing and transform into the Blue Ranger and then run back into the auditorium.
Make a choice for me.
Okay.
A or B?
Hang on. A.
You see Link face down in the 5th row, because we're running on D&D time, so combat is 6 seconds, so Link hasn't got a chance to get up yet. But you see Link, and you realize that was the crash that you heard earlier.
Okay. I wouldn't be able to make it all the way to the Tangas and run and
no, you can't go Tangas back.
No. She wants to run towards them and then jump and leap and tackle them off of one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for that. I love that plan. Let's have you do.
I didn't say it was gonna go well. I just said that's what she wants to try to do.
Great. Let's do athletics for the run up into acrobatics for the flying tackle. So that's what's happening.
Give me 1 second.
Here
I just want to
today,
say one thing.
In this moment, I feel God in this Enchantress tonight.
I'm gonna yell out to Jules that make sure you hit center mass, and you can get a 1 shift up on whatever skill it is you're attempting to use.
I would use it on the athletics.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't have any points in athletics.
I'd use that shift up in athletics.
Yeah,
very much so.
Thank you.
How did that
11.
go?
That's not too bad.
That's great. You're doing great, sweetie. Give me that acrobatics roll.
I don't think I like your tone right now.
You're doing great, sweetie. That's
Doing great, sweetie.
I don't like your tone right now.
My tone is very pointed. Do I have something on my face?
I got an 8 for my acrobatics. I'm doing great.
Doing great. So, you know how Link is in the 5th row currently?
Do I?
You misjudge one of the seats that you think is like not one of those weird collapsing movie theater sheets, and Felix, you watch as Jules goes down in the 4th row. Almost in the exact same location as where Link is.
That's not
closer.
center of mass.
Well, I guess they don't
So-
really want this power weapon. Maybe I'll grab a second one.
Sell it on
I'm
eBay.
trying. I'm trying.
you're all so motivated, but Leia, you also just got to witness that happen. Thoughts, opinions, declarations, scorecard.
Good job. You're doing great.
I would give you a free action to do a thumbs up from where you landed prone.
She'd be a finger guns girly. You're doing great. Yeah, keep it up. Maybe do a little better next time.
If you could succeed next time instead of failing, that would be amazing.
It'd be so preferable if you could just succeed next time.
This group is so.
I'm real cocky for someone that's going to get my comeuppance on Sunday. I'm real cocky for someone that's going to have to deal with Cthulhu in a few days.
I am so looking for. I'm making notes.
Egg 2, the Mega Names. But yeah, Leia, there's tangas and people stuck in coffins that were apparently not just coffin chairs. Felix seems to be the closest to you. And he muttered something or said something outright slightly elegant that may have been about power weapons, but you're not maybe sure. It could be anything, really. Who knows, right? You got your power weapon out of a cereal box. Anything is possible at this point.
You're right. I definitely found mine in a box of Lucky Charms. Because we're on brand.
Or non-branded marshmallow cereal treat
with a leprechaun on the box. Okay, so I mean, she's gonna step into the wings for a second and morph.
Yeah, it was called Luck of the Marshmallows. That was the name of the cereal.
All right, that works.
You could just duck down into the chairs without crashing into them and morph if you like. You don't have to.
Yeah, she'll duck down and hit 415, and yellow light happens as this just fucking chaos around her.
This is new. When you hit that yellow light, you hear the roar of.
Does the lion have sharp, pointy teeth?
I mean, all lions do, because that's the lion. But it's mostly because of.
1 second.
Just 1 second?
Yeah.
1 second as the joy is happening.
I'm not a bear. That's so much better.
We're back. We never left.
Sorry about that.
We're all
OBS
places at all
freaked
times.
Out.
It's not what you think it is.
Still have to have that talk with Alpha 5.
It's true. You haven't had that talk with Alpha 5. You've been very busy.
But
also, your Kingdom Stunner has the roar of a lion attached to it. So the roar of a lion that you hear in your helmet is more masculine than a saber-toothed tiger.
What are you trying to say?
It has a main motif, really. That's the only reason.
I mean, I would say Dante would take some what's the word I'm looking for? He would not take well. He would not react well to being called a girl. So.
Yes, well, your Red Ranger is currently face down in a whole bunch of movie theater chairs, so take what you can get while you can get it, you know?
So I morph and I hear the lion roar. Am I able to shoot something or whatever? Am I able to do that?
Yeah. You can, it can
know if I could.
materialize in your hand, and it is your really cool, it's called the Kingdom Stunner, which is legally distinct from what it is in the show that we are riffing on currently. And yeah, if you look next to your character, you have your Kingdom Stunner, and the Kingdom Stunner uses a targeting if you'd like to target, and you can hit anywhere from 50 to 100 feet away. So you are definitely within range of having the ring-like emission from your Kingdom Stunner, the roar of the tiger.
Is that supposed to be in my weapons area? Because it's still just my
so if you look at, you should be able to see it. If you look at your character sheet, so you see your character sheet, then your Ridge Racer, then your Kingdom Stunner.
I see it.
Would be right under that. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so it's just a picture. I thought it was like yes.
If you scroll a little bit, I put a little bit of stuff in there for you, so you know it's targeting and what it does. If you want to do, if you'd like to do any of the other things, you can also say you're going to try that. I also colored it yellow just for you.
I saw that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I do what I can.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to hit a Tenga with my Kingdom Stunner.
Cool. Make that lion roar with the targeting, please.
Do I shift up with it?
Are you trying to hit more than one?
No. Can I?
Actually, so if you downshift in targeting, you can actually use it twice, but I guess not. I'm gonna read it again to make sure. But we're gonna say just because it's the first time you're using it, in its yellow form, we'll just say you hit one at a time for right now, and we'll practice with it later if need be, because it has a special extra attack thing.
Right. Okay. But
just to keep things moving along. But it's a targeting roll.
Got it. Hey.
Felix.
What?
An offer for you. Would you like to do something really cool, but give up your turn to do so?
Yes.
Okay. So, Leia, this roar of the lion isn't just a projectile. It feels like a real roar of power. You blow back the Tenga that you were attempting to hit, and Felix, you swing your lance around in time, and you catch the Tenga, and it turns into goo on the end of your lance as you slice it in twain.
That's awesome.
And you watch the pop off of the one that no longer has a Tenga standing on it. And there is a fainted person within that coffin.
Boy.
So it was cool, but it was short-lived.
All right.
But it was really cool.
Awesome teamwork. Looks like defeating the Tangas opens the coffins.
I see that.
So we should probably keep doing that.
Yes, probably.
Yes. And now that it is Link's turn, and Link can actually get up from their prone position, which maybe you don't want to do, I don't know if you want to or not, but you totally have the free reign to get up now if you'd like to from your prone position in the 5th round.
Yeah, he's definitely getting up. Oh. Okay. Someone said a thing about a shiny thing. I'm going to go check it out.
Are you going to go for the aisle? Are you going to attempt to climb over chairs?
Yeah, no, he's definitely going for the aisle. He's already face planted once. He wants to avoid a repeat.
And I have a choice for you to make. There's an open coffin lid. And the way you can't quite tell, but by Felix's body language, there's something in there. But you've also been told there's your power weapon. Which do you go to? Not sure if you'll have time to get to the other.
I know there's people inside the coffins, so I have to prioritize rescuing people. So he's gonna, he's gonna go running up towards the front. Yeah.
I mean, if Leia and I can keep like batting them to each other, if she just keeps shooting them at me and I can keep skewering them.
Yeah, I actually like that.
Yeah.
But more to the point, Link, what has your mom told you about the ghostlight?
The ghostlight is a part of the theater. It is the heart of all of the good the theater represents, because it's supposed to chase away evil.
It's a good thing Leia's morphed right now, because I feel like Leia's in judgment of like.
I'm just judging the hell. You are making so much shit up out of your ass because you are not a theater person.
Oh yeah, no, I totally am. I don't do theater, so.
No.
But here's the thing.
Like what?
In this case,
it's the heart of the theater, but we turn it off for like the whole time we're actually there. Like we're gonna turn our heart off. It's fine. It's normal. It's fine.
It's like it's the opposite of the Care Bears. But the important thing here to know is that Link is not as far off as they think. For all the other Rangers, watching Link make this choice to save instead of going after where he's pretty sure a power weapon is. There are ghosts in the theater. Felix, as you turn your head, you see in the ghost light, it starts emitting a soft stream of silver energy that forms into what we think of as a traditional ghost. And it moves throughout the theater as though it's looking. It comes around Leia, around Jules, around Alex, around Felix, different ghosts. You don't feel in danger from them. The Tengas get freaked out. One of the Tengas just like dive bombs off of the coffin it was on. The ghosts keep searching. Link, put your hand out. You feel the desire to do that.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna like put his hand out.
Put your hand out, and the ghosts begin to coalesce around your hand into the form of the silver astro axe. And as it coalesces into your hand, the silver shines away and down to become the red astral axe. And even though you've already gone, this is such a momentous occasion, put this in your player journal, so it may take a moment to refresh. But if you go to the top of the character tab in the Roll20, you should see it right above Felix. For the astral axe, I have to read you the color. I want you to give me a might roll with the new axe power weapon as you hear Red Ranger level 4 acquired. Welcome to the Ghostlight. By the way, this also illuminates you without you even asking for it. Like, you illuminate the second your astral axe turns on. This is a free illumination.
Awesome. That's a might-based weapon, so pretty sure an 11 is not enough.
It is enough because one, the Tenga nearest to you is like already fear-based and is already like the second they see the ghosts, they start like they're looking for the exit. So you just, even though you don't do as much damage to destroy it, you knock it over towards Felix. And there's a third person that's fainted in their coffin that can be freed.
So we're pulling another combo with Felix.
I mean, you don't have to, but it's more about saving the people. But if you want to pull another combo, I'm not going to stop you. It just happened to move that direction. Yeah. Felix, it is your turn. Now that you've witnessed all this spooky power.
Spooky powers.
Yes.
I think this is so exciting. Everyone's getting power weapons. As somebody who knows what all of the in-space power weapons are, there's only one left, and it is a shooty based power weapon. So that makes me as a player nervous for who might
I feel like your tone is very pointed.
For who might
I don't know why.
Get that one next. Anyway, regardless, I am going to
would
continue.
have been safer for Link
somewhere
to get it.
in your soul, Felix, you shiver and you don't know why, but something in your soul is like, oh god, what has just happened? Doom for us all.
Now she can really actually hurt you instead of just sort of
with real life.
We'll be able to do a lot.
Hey, you know what? I'm pretty sure she at least has a D2 in targeting. Link has no targeting, so this is probably for the best.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to skewer. You said there's three. There's three coffins open.
So yeah, 3 coffins are open. You've got one Tenga in front of you, essentially, that got knocked back toward you.
I would like to.
You have twice reach. So you can basically barbecue any of the Tengas you so wish.
Right. I'd like to get the one closest to me. Hopefully, I have a better chance of hitting it.
Finesse that Tenga.
I will.
Slice that bird like it's Thanksgiving. I feel like that's what Alpha 6 would say. How did we do?
Oh my gosh. 12.
Well, they were a little too close. It was a weird angle. It seemed like a good idea, but they were just a little too close and it was weird.
Hey, could you do that thing where you he's directing this to Leia. Can you send one of those things flying my way again?
Yeah, I can certainly try.
Definitely. On your turn, Alex! Many things have transpired in the last minute, including apparently real-life ghosts in this very theater, like feeling God in the Chili's. Just like that.
Yeah. I'm just going to continue to smack away at Tengas because people are trapped.
I love that journey. You can also assist in getting people out of the coffins that are currently in coffins. So that is, you can smack or you can assist, and I'm not going to make you roll for getting people out of coffins because you're a Power Ranger.
How many Tengas are left on coffins?
2 Tengas on a coffin. Yes.
Yeah, I'll take a whack at a Tenga. That way there's less.
All right. Please do whack at a Tenga.
Whack a Tenga.
Tenga-ing.
Want to take a whack at it?
17.
Mighty Morphin Tenga Golf. 17 will definitely do it. The Tengas did not like that. You definitely skewer one with its brethren. So, fun fact about the Tengas, they have group attacks that I don't use very often because they're slightly wieldy for me in my brain. But they really do depend on groupthink. So now, they're freaking out, and so they're much easier to damage because they're not even, trying. So, you just send that one scattered. Sadly, not toward Felix, just boom, and it's goo. Which looks really cool, but it does open, so there is one coffin left. but it is the Tenga's turn. The Tenga did not have a very good time, and it's now angry. So, Alex, it's going to attempt to peck at you using Beak Slash.
You keep your pecker to yourself.
Not even dignifying that with a result.
I like good dick jokes. They're fun.
That's a 4. It's really trying to stay on the coffin, but also be menacing.
Man, you
so
felt kind of limp on that one.
the 4 did not work. Jules, as you get up, how did the scientist in you handle the fact that there were just ghosts that have coalesced and they are now a axe?
I'm not
Ghost
thinking about that right
axe?
now. I'll process that later. I'm what's the word? Fuck words.
Carpe dieming?
No. I don't know. I can't, it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. She's not thinking about that right now. She has other more important things going on.
Siesta?
She's gonna, I guess.
Compartmentalizing was the word.
That's the word. Yes, thank you. That is
I
the
like
word.
carpe dieming better, but whatever you need.
Are there still people like here, or did everybody run besides the ones that are in the coffins?
Besides the one there in the coffin, there's the one that's super high on the side that thinks this is part of the show.
Okay.
So, you're fine. But yeah, most people have vacated the area, or if not, they are on their way out, so they're not paying any attention at all.
Okay. I mean, it looks. How many Tangas are left?
One Tenga.
One Tenga.
One Tenga.
And it usually takes 2 to Tenga.
How dare you take my best material from me? How very dare you! Oh, you could give me an alertness roll.
Sure.
And have a choice.
Sure, why not? Nope. I got a 6.
Then you don't have a choice.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna try
Would
to
you like
help.
to shoot Felix?
No, I don't want to shoot Felix. I think I'm just gonna try to help usher people out.
I mean, you never want to shoot Felix, but you often do anyway.
I figure if you aim for Felix, you'll hit the Tenga.
No, I'm just gonna
that's
help.
Just how science works.
I'm just gonna help get people out of the place, out to safety.
Okay. Are you going for the fainted people in the coffins, or are you doing it for the people that are just on the edges of the room trying to get out still, or gawking? There might be some people gawking.
Yeah, the people that are gawking, the people that are awake and trying to get out. I'm gonna try to make sure that nobody's pushing anybody over and hurt. I want to make sure nobody's getting hurt trying to get out.
Oh, you're such a good person. Give me that persuasion roll to see how diplomatic and how in control of this situation you are, or if you make it worse.
I'm gonna make it worse today. That's just kind of how it's going. I got a 12.
Okay. You don't make it worse because you've learned flirting isn't your strong suit, so maybe not right now.
I wasn't trying to flirt with them. I was just gonna try to I don't know. I wasn't really trying. They're already trying to leave, so I'm not really trying to persuade them to go. I'm just trying to make sure that nobody gets hurt in the process.
You don't do any further damage.
Okay.
No more further damage. Everything is fine. The Meg 2, the Meganing, everything is fine. So we'll go back to the top round because there's one Tenga left. Leo, would you like to handle the final?
I would.
The final Tenga.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so she is going to take aim with her fancy new
Kingdom Stunner.
And I want to use an edge.
Great.
For this.
I love that.
Oh my god, even with a writ. That would probably... Can I? I have a lot of story points that I have not used. Can I re-roll?
If you haven't used a story point in the scene, I would let you roll.
Oh,
Normally I wouldn't,
have.
but you have so many story points. I want people to start using them, so I'm going to be kind of benevolent, GN.
Malevolent.
Not malevolent, benevolent. I
Ah.
thought benevolent, and I said the other thing that I was
Okay.
thinking.
Let's see what we can do. I have so many story points. It's ridiculous.
Can I lend assistance and perhaps like give them an edge or something and be like, and I'm gonna like kind of like do a little like kind of baseball pose. We're like, come on, send it right this way, and I'm gonna like do a couple.
No. For a
No.
reason.
Okay,
Okay.
never mind. Fine.
There's a reason. It's a good reason. See how you do.
All right.
Oh my God! What the fuck? Jesus Christ!
The reason I wanted this to go on, whether you succeed or
No.
fail, because in your attempt to use your kingdom stunner and not having good aiming, necessarily sometimes, not all the time, you notice there's a place on it that looks like something fits into your kingdom stunner.
Our blade blasters.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Anyways, Link, it's your turn. Would you like to get rid of the final Tenga?
It's the final Tenga.
Yes, just like
Yeah, getting rid of the Tengas means it'll be easier to rescue the people in the coffins.
especially the last person in the last coffin where there's currently still a Tenga. Yes, for sure.
And it makes us look
Yeah,
less
so
inept.
I am going to.
I don't think you all are inept. You're just accident prone and fall a lot and shoot each other. I wouldn't call that inept. I would just call that spirited. Yeah.
I would just like to.
So what I'm going to do is I
never
haven't.
done that.
So
I
you've
haven't
just been
really
shot at a
haven't
lot.
either. Yeah.
I have not used a story point this turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use a story point preemptively before I roll to roll my might check as if I was specialized.
You are also
'Cause I'm
technically
not specialized.
illuminated right now, by the way. So
Right, the
whatever bonus you
illumination
get-
allows my martial arts attacks to do energy damage. Doesn't affect my power weapon, sadly.
I'm going to tell him
Um,
to aim for the head and give him a one shift up. Pretend it's
Oh, works for
Thanos,
me.
Thor.
Well, there you go.
Don't sue me, Disney.
All right, here we go.
The mouse has ears everywhere.
That's 15.
Well, here's what I want to do though, because I want to chance it at a crit. Because of my weapon mastery, I get to reroll any skill die I roll a 1 or 2 on. I rolled a 1 on the D8, so I want to reroll it and see if I can get a higher number, possibly get an 8.
Sure. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, and I got an 8. That actually brings my attack up to an 18, but it's a critical, which means I should get some extra effect for hitting him really hard, or, the Tenga, hitting it really hard with my axe.
A or B?
Give me a second.
He asked you a question.
No.
B.
As it is written, let it be law. As you strike that Tenga, the background of the movie, which has been running this whole time, mind you, turns to Ivanuz's face. And he looks at all of you, especially Felix. You're too far in the foreground, so you can only see lips, so he can't even see you past his nose. That's how close you are. But he can see
it's like when you're in the front row.
Yeah, it's too close. You can almost smell Ivanuz. That's how close you are. It's not good. It's not great. Yeah. He just looks at you and goes, "Oh, you 5 are still around. Well, funny, isn't it? We keep meeting each other like this. Almost like things are being planned. But you're not the only one with friends. I have friends too.
You have minions.
My friend. I have minions, yes, but I also have friends.
No, you don't.
We'll see how repulsed you are.
Oh
when
my god.
next we meet, Ranger.
You repulse me right now. You purple freak.
He pops out before he hears the repulsed reply from you. But the movie projector goes out after Ivan goes away.
I want to hit him so badly.
I told you to aim for the head.
Can we check on these people?
They are all fainted, which is very distraughting. But you are all Power Rangers, so you can get them out. One of you. Actually, we'll do this. We'll give this. Everyone, give me an alertness roll, and we'll see which one of you has the honor.
Oh god.
I can tell who it's not.
You
See?
would do really well. You
See,
don't
I
know.
rolled a 5. I rolled a 5.
Oh,
4
shit.
and a 1. I told you.
I got a 19.
You did. Jules got a 20. Alex got a 5.
I always have to check. Okay, so no, I can't be surprised. So if this is a surprise, it can't happen.
Is it me?
It is not a surprise. I'm aware of the surprise, so I've tried to make sure not to do a surprise, just so you're literally never surprised, except by the fact you're never surprised. I'm evil, like Mandark. All right. So looks like Jules got the highest with the 20. Jules, as you're helping to get people out of their coffins, which have turned back into coffin chairs, so it was like a converted daybed thing, which is weird. Out of the corner of her eye, you see Tsarina sitting in the wings.
Is she doing anything, or is she just sitting there?
She's just sitting there, very stunned.
Did you say very stunned?
Stunned, like not physically stunned, but like
like shocked that that's like this
yeah,
just
like
happened.
shocked.
Okay.
Yes.
Um,
Also, still looking stunning,
of
but
course.
you know that's just how makeup works.
Makeup does not. go away
Hashtag
that fast.
stun.
I'm gonna let everybody else help the people in the coffins, and I'm gonna go up and check and make sure that she's okay.
Give
I
me
think
your
she's in
strongest
cahoots.
social roll.
Oh dear.
I'm giving you a fair shot at this. Give me your strongest social roll.
My social score is a 3, just to give you
Tag
guys
me
an
in, Chief.
idea.
Mine's a 5.
Nope.
Put me
the
in,
dice
Chief.
decided. The dice decided.
I'm gonna go with persuasion because it's a D4, and that's literally the best I got for social.
I mean, it's pretty
Are
good.
you sure I
Also,
can't do?
Felix, you already flirted with 2 people tonight and got like 20 and 23.
Are you sure my
was gonna say,
computer
can I do
skill
it?
isn't gonna help?
I'm sure your computer
I got
skill
an
is
11.
not going to help any from
Speaking
Inspector
binary
Gadget.
sexually.
I mean, let's be very clear. Geeks are hot. So,
Geeks are
just is
hot.
what it is.
11. So
01000101, baby.
You have to be a little more
Sarina,
husky and breathily.
Sarina kind of looks up
What,
at you and goes,
what would that sound like is my question.
Jules, as you as a ranger approach Sarina goes, "Oh, I didn't realize we were doing science fiction tonight, but I'm glad you were here."
Are you okay? How are you
Well,
doing?
it's not good. It's not good for my reputation, obviously, darling. But yes, I'm doing quite well. Are all the children in the coffins okay? I assume they're everyone looks like a child to me. I'm 400 years old, you know.
Of course.
Well, not really 400. I'm actually 40. Don't tell anyone, but I say 400 because it's spookier.
You look great for 400.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I know, darling. Yes, but
You look
all
lousy
of them,
for 40.
all of them okay?
Yeah, they're unconscious, but I think
Awful.
they'll be okay.
Yeah, what do you think could have made this happen?
Ivan, I don't know if you saw him on the screen. He
Oh, yes. Oh dear. He's not a usual, is he? Because I haven't seen him at one of my performances before. I would hope he wouldn't have the temerity to try to upstage me.
I think that he feels like he can upstage everyone.
Oh. Well, I can't do much. I could give you a framed autograph, but that seems silly. Here, darling, here. And she pulls out a business card to hand over to you. If you need assistance or anything, I have some connections in power. Let me know if you need anything from me, darling.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
I'll give you this with the 11.
Okay.
There has been an exchange of power in this conversation that you don't know what it is. Like there is a conversation happening under this conversation, this thankfulness, but you just could not for the life of you. It seems too normal to be anything other than what it is.
Okay.
And hey, bonus business card. You can go party with the goth drag queens if you want.
Awesome. That sounds like a good time. That's what we should go do.
It's true. So as we kind of come to the end of the combat, everyone's kind of filtered out of the Enchantress, almost like there was a virus. There are some people kind of standing and grouping around. Is there anything anyone would like to do before we end tonight's session while you are still here at the Enchantress, where dreams and nightmares come true?
Today has been such a long day. Maybe I'll meet up with all those cuties at the Eagle later.
That reminds me. Give me a culture roll, Felix.
I'd love to. 11.
Oh, God. With that evil laugh.
You'll find out what that means when next we meet. And Ivan's promise to make the Rangers repulsed perhaps has merit. Or perhaps Ivan News is just talking out of the side of his face hole. Whoever knows. Next week, at this time, the Buffy Marathon for the Broken Hearts Club for Valentine's Week will be going full swing. So in 2 weeks' time, we'll be back with more Power Ranger shenanigans. We'll find out exactly what Ivan meant and where the last power weapon is, as it could show up anywhere. See you next time. May the power protect you.